And on your right, you'll see the castle of the Princess of Friendship, Twilight Sparkle. This structure cost absolutely nothing to build because it was magically created by a lockbox as bestowed by a giant crystalline tree. Yes, I know it sounds whack. Just roll with it. Imagine how upset Town Hall and the construction union became when a castle sprouted up out of nowhere. Ooh, celebrity alert. Princess Twilight herself. Hello, Princess Twilight. How are you today? I must say, those are some impressive bags under your eyes. Are you sure you're getting an...
Okay, Princess Twilight's a little testy today. Instead, let's explore the rare wonder that is our gift shop.
Well, no putting this off any further. I am not a big fan of the new castle's design, and oddly enough, this episode does a lot to highlight my issues. But more on that in a moment. We begin with Twilight cleaning the ferret.
Ha ha! Multiple entendre!
Seems she and Fluttershy have been hard at work cleaning all their animal friends. She even manages to double clean Angel, turning him into... Oh, don't be jealous, my dear. You are a much more likable character than he. Fellow fan Corpulent Brony made a very convincing appeal for Angel back in August of 2014. He cited that most of the hate was from putting your hoof down and that Angel has had ample moments of supporting Fluttershy, and some of his outbursts are based on past experience. And yet, it's moments like this...
Angel?
That make me enjoy moments like this. Booyah! Take it to the bank, baby! Twilight's been busy, helping Applejack dig, obsessing over Rarity's organization, losing to Rainbow Dash. It isn't until a breakfast at the castle that we learn what's what. And I guess this shot raises my first issue. Location, location, location. Don't get me wrong, the shine of the crystals in the waterfall is beautiful, but the castle's crystalline look and sharp angles are just out of place every time I see a Ponyville cottage in the same shot. And yet, the criticism is short-lived, because usually a new structure in that area signals a shift. If we ever get a what-if story or a flash-forward event, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Ponyville that's adapted to look more like the castle than anything else. So, a noticeable issue, but a transitory one. More noticeable is that Twilight's not at peak performance and Pinkie Pie starts to speculate on why. But first, I need to point out something else. Applejack, you ate a strawberry! I am so proud of you! Maybe next we can get you to eat peaches. And other fans have pointed out that the Pancake Princess is following the theme of a certain fan art that came out before the episode, thereby showing that the Brony fandom truly embodies the ideal of a million monkeys at typewriters, but without the poo.
You stupid monkey!
So Twilight's been avoiding staying within the castle because it just doesn't feel like home. And I could summarize why, but Pinkie's got that covered.
Yeah, this place has everything. Big, tall ceilings that make you feel tiny. Shiny new floors that are cold to the touch. Brrr. And it even has long, empty hallways. Okay, I get it.
Two things about this. One, Pinkie is pulling the same shtick she tried in Philly Vanilli, and it works so much better here. She's not pressing Twilight to the point of tears and uses her tirade to understand what's wrong. She's aware of the situation this time, and so the joke is funny rather than malicious. Two, look at the size of this place. Even the first time the ponies entered this hall, I could tell this place was cavernous. I mean, check out that headroom. Twilight and Spike are the only two residents here? That's like Charles Foster Kane strolling about Xanadu. All the wealth, no happiness. But hang on, maybe that's this episode's greatest strength. The princess pitch, as I like to call, is all about stressing the perks of the position. You live in comfort, fame, and admiration with a castle to call your very own. That's the merchandising side of things. But here on the character end of the spectrum, we have a princess who realizes that these perks aren't always great. It's uncomfortable to live in such wasted space, and Twilight has at least mentioned the pressure of her new role. I really like when this show goes against the stereotype that being a princess is the easy life.
I've never seen you look this... frazzled. Hi, girls!
Yeah, lesson 0 wins. So Spike takes Twilight to the spa for some pampering while the others set to getting the place ready.
That'll take forever.
Not if we do a 1980s fixin' stuff up montage.
Wow, I think we made it worse.
Boy, I do not envy whoever has to clean that mess up.
Let's back it up for a sec. Take a look at the homes of Twilight's friends. If we set aside things like furniture and personal effects, do you see how many of their homes feature medium to bright colors and earthy tones? But wait, what about Rarity and Rainbow Dash? Their homes rely on medium to cooler color schemes, which actually fits with their personalities as they like to stand out from their surroundings. Now look at Twilight's castle. It's mostly unadorned and relies on a dark color scheme with violets, blues, and greens. Thank goodness for the gold highlights. This is my biggest issue with the castle's design. It's an evil overlord's color scheme. It's dark and cold and uninviting, hardly something I'd expect from the home of the Princess of Friendship. So I'm all for the main five adding some vitality to the place with drapes, flowers, maybe some rugs for that cold floor, but not laying down dirt or letting animals run indoors. Unhygienic.
Man, this place looks terrible.
Ah, out of the mouths of babes. So Twilight's friends are putting the pressure on themselves here. They could just explain that the renovations will take longer, but the real issue for them is proving that they know their friend. Are they taking on more than they need? Yes. But isn't part of giving a gift the aspect that you know a person well?
Bruce, you didn't get him a gift certificate.
No. Cash.
But if we're talking about gifts and what they symbolize, I need to call out this portrait. It looks fine for the ponies, but I am weary of this whole Spike's a part of the group but not really joke. If this were season 1 where he just laughed at the ponies' misfortunes or made the situation worse, I'd be okay with it. But this ain't season 1 and he's a lot more likable these days. Here he is trying to make this gift a reality and putting up with craziness like this.
Let's do this, little dragon!
Wow, Bulk. Every time I see you, I learn something more. And yet I feel this fandom has allowed an injustice. Between the comedy you put forth and the incredible interest in Twilight's new main style, we're overlooking one factor. You're only half the humor in this scene, so bye-bye. And hello, Allo.
Oh, I hate it when he does that. Come with me, princess.
Kudos to you. You sold that joke with your calm voice. In fact, dare I say you've got a bit of characterization out of the scene as a naturally soothing and unflappable pony. Well done. Back at Castle of Crazy, Twilight's friends are having a difference of opinion.
Tell your birds to stop pecking at my balloons! I guess they must not like being scared out of their wits by exploding confetti cannons or something.
Wow, passive-aggressive shy. Is it me, or are these two coming into conflict a lot more lately? Putting your hoof down, Equestria Girls, Philly Vanilli, the cutie map, now this. Poor Andrea Liebman must be feeling so weird, arguing with herself. But short-term conflict can yield more satisfying rewards, because one might expect Twilight to return and see the group fighting only to give a Twilight lecture.
Quiet!
Not happening. But instead, the five friends talk it out and realize that the real appeal of the Golden Oaks Library wasn't the books to the smaller scale, but the memories included with it.
Remember that time I crashed into all those books attempting my sonic rain boom after you guys just cleaned up?
Continue.
Remember when we were stuck having a sleepover there?
Continue.
Remember the time it got blown up to smithereens?
Interruptions. Rude. Spike and Twilight are visiting the remains of the Golden Oaks Library, and it is a properly sad feeling. I wasn't a part of the fandom upset by the loss because I knew about the castle setup and just sort of resigned myself to it, but that doesn't make losing one's home less a tragedy.
I'm so sorry. Of course losing the Golden Oak Library was hard for you too.
Spike, please hang out more with Big Macintosh. At this point, I don't think you're getting the support you need from the main six. But the little guy still got to stall for time, so he invents an excuse.
A bed!
A bed? Spike, you can get your own room out of this deal. With shelf space and comic book collections and all that grand stuff. The opportunity is there. Seize it! And Quills and Sofa sets a daring new business model. False advertising that actually provides more than promised. Quills and sofas and beds. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Having taken their mutual lesson to heart, Applejack and the others create a chandelier from the Golden Oaks roots. I have no idea how one implants memory images in crystals, but it looks dang cool. And someone in the fanbase counted the crystals hanging from this thing. 93, as in 1 per episode, not to mention the overall look, but we're not done.
Your kitchen might have some rustic farm decor, Twilight.
And there may or may not be some daring do posters up in your library. And some stuffed animals in your bedroom.
Though we haven't seen these rooms yet, I like the idea that each will have their own unique identity based on Twilight's friends. It fleshes out this place and reinforces this idea.
You're a part of me, all of you.
That said, all these additions really don't fix my main issues with the castle. For the moment, it's out of place, and I hope that the improved rooms will offset the darker color scheme. There's also the issue that Twilight and Spike are living alone in this castle. Couldn't they hire a staff to handle the cleaning or maybe a few royal guards on— Wow, dude, I guess that's why they named you Flash. But it's important to separate my issues with the castle from my views on the episode. Over here we have the castle. Over here is a fun episode. Castle episode, castle episode, castle episode. Keep them separate. This is a fun return to slice of life. While the premiere had moments for some more than others, this feels more balanced and allows group humor to shine through. No pony feels out of place or forgotten, and some of the best jokes lie with Spike and the background characters. And while I doubt I'll ever celebrate the castle, the prospect of personalizing each room moves it a step above being just a sales pitch. It's an episode that represents what I consider to be the show's greatest strength. I'm Silver Quill, and I am so pleased with this return that I've actually decided to create my own little homestead. And since, you know, that whole Castle of the Two Sisters plotline just dropped off into nothing, I thought I'd take over. I know, right? Castle Le Quill, I'll call it. And I don't even have to worry about paying for anything since equestrian economics are complete horse. I may have borrowed an idea or two from Pinky with my own twist. Go ahead. You know you want to. That's the stuff.
Bright curtains of flowing silk and lace.
This picture of me winning a race. Party cannons to give her a surprise.
Hose and rakes and some more garden supplies.
Getting nuts from this nice big friendly bear.
Decorate with some gemstones.